So, good evening. Here's a question for you, as Mr. Blackbird sings on my roof. What do you get caught up in? The world's a busy place now, right? Everyone's in a rush. Everyone's rushing about. Everyone's trying to cram stuff in. I know I talked about this before, but it's worth mentioning. There's a reason why I'm talking about this today. So, everyone's in a rush. Everyone stresses themselves out. Autonomic nervous systems kick in to deal with stress, overwhelm constantly. That chemical cocktail of cortisol, the stress hormones, constantly working, adrenaline firing all the time, which is all right if it's to protect us from real danger. But when it's not, it becomes kind of caustic to us over a long period. We're not designed to be that way, and yet we live in this fast-paced world. So, about this rushing about and stress and overwhelm, is it even important? That's what I'm trying to get to. Because in the scheme of things, it just isn't. All we've ever got is right now. What I'm doing right now. This is where our focus is. But because we get so distracted, which I was talking about the other day, I've been a master into the past. We think about the past. We think about the future. We never got our brains, our eyes, our ears, our senses right where we should be, which is right now. Which is where all the magic happens. This is where we are. We're not in the past about the things that we regret or did or didn't do. We're not in the future about this whole hope thing. We're right now. And nothing else matters. No matter what you did, what choices you made, what you worried about, should I do this, should I not do? Regardless of what choice you made, you ended up right where you were expected to be, where you're supposed to be, right now. You got here anyway, because you are. Time ticks on. You're here now. Whatever choices you made led you to this point. Good or bad, right or wrong, you get to decide what's right and wrong, and good and bad, by the way. What I consider right and wrong is maybe not the same as you. But anyway, I digress. So we'll worry about the past. We'll worry about the future. All we've got's now. So why can't we keep this focus here? The problem we've got is that we allow the past to give us an identity. We use all these past experiences, all these past stories to define who we are, to define what we believe, what we don't believe, what we choose into, what we commit to. All of that comes from the past. So we think the past gives us an identity. And then the future. In the future lies hope. Which is all good. But if you keep living in hope without doing anything about it, having the faith that something will work, if you just keep doing the things, remember you've got to act on these things. You just keep hoping for some kind of, some promise of salvation, if you like. Something's going to save you. If you just hang on and hold on, it's in the future, it'll happen, without acting and steering your own ship. Guess what? Past identity, future hope, salvation, saving. Both of them come with promises which are bullshit. It's an illusion, because all we've got is now. And if we focus on what we are right now, there's a great book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and you can tell I've been reading it. I'm reading excerpts from it and thinking about it and working on it. But it's a very powerful book. It's a book that I have struggled to read for the longest time. Even now, there's things that come up that try and stop me from reading it. And I know why. Because the resistance, the shadows, the identities that I have in my head are preventing me. Sounds crazy, that, doesn't it? But it's that resistance, that ego saying, hold on, you're quite okay where you are. We don't want to get into this power of now shit and, staying right now and not be distracted. I want to rather distract you. That's where it all happens. Or not. The only way to move forwards is to appreciate who you are and where you are right now. Be aligned to it. All we've ever got is this. But we're so distracted, we're never in this present moment. We're always everywhere else. Oh, what will happen for tea? Oh, what will the boss say? Oh, haven't done this, haven't done that, haven't done the shopping, blah, blah, blah. It's not important. All that's important is what happens right now. So, here's the thing. Can you keep your mind, can you work on your mind to try and keep in the moment as much as possible? Meditation is great for this, and this is why I do meditation every day. You get to look at and observe your thoughts without realizing that, realizing that you don't have to be your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. That's the key. So, what are you caught up in? Are you rushing around? Why are you rushing around? Is there even a point to it? Or are you just doing it because you can? Slow down, stop. Get a bearing, get a direction. See where you really want to go. See if it's really important. And be present. Until tomorrow, see you later.